Well, welcome to a quick play baseball video. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer of Quick Play Baseball and just wanted to play a couple of games here. Actually, maybe just one game. But it's going to be between the 91 Cardinals at the 91 Braves. So I'm actually doing a 1991 replay. You can see here. See very well. We've got the 91 teams, and you can see the rosters here. Play the Braves against the Cardinals. And I'm going to keep the sheet off to the side. Let's find the best way to set this all up. I also have some score sheets that I made, just simple score sheets here. And you can see Cardinals at Braves. It's just going to keep tabs on our overall score, but also give us a little bit of space in order to write some notes about what happened, which inning. You can see here, these are my markers. Keep those in there. And I don't use my deck of cards for anything else except for this game, so it makes it a little easier. These are all of the all 24 of the situation cards, but I only play with half of them. So I don't have any of the big inning cards or anything. These are just the basic 12 situations, as far as nobody on, nobody out, nobody on, 1 out, 2 outs, etc., all the way to bases loaded with 2 outs. So there's a little bit of each. On the cards that have 1 on and 1 out, or 2 on and 1 out, or 2 on and 2 outs. So any cards with 1 on or 2 on, those are going to be sort of up to your preference as to which ones you include. So if you have runners in scoring position, that's obviously going to make for more scoring opportunities. It won't necessarily lead to scoring, but I think over time it probably will. And in this game, I'm going to be playing with some of the pitcher modifications. So pitching team grades, and those mods I posted to the Delphi forums recently because a lot of players wanted to sort of give the game a little bit more of a realistic feel. And so adding in pitching definitely does that. You can see I've just got my 2 teams here separated. Both of these teams are A pitching staff, so don't really need to do that, but that's what we're going to do. So give these a little shuffle. Those are our hits. This is the home team, and this is going to be our away team. Let's get them shuffled a little bit. Okay, so we got all of our setup here. Make sure we get those in good order. We got our team, so it's going to be the Cardinals at the Braves, and I'll just run down the lineups. The Cardinals have Bernard Gilkey leading off, Ozzie Smith, Ray Lankford hitting third, Pedro Guerrero fourth, Felix Jose, Todd Zeal hitting sixth, the catcher Pagnozzi hitting seventh, Jose Akindo eighth, and then the pitcher spot comes up in the ninth spot. And then for the Braves, it's Otis Nixon, Jeff Treadway, Terry Pendleton, Ron Gant, Lonnie Smith, Jeff Blauser, Brian Hunter, catcher Greg Olson, and the pitcher spot. So we're just going to get started with this. First up is the Cardinals, and I'll just kind of play my way through it. If I need to explain something, I will. So 1, 2, 3. So Ray Lankford is up to bat. He does not get a hit. So the Cardinals go out of the first with no runs. Let's see, it brings up Ron Gant. Ron Gant is a star +1. So he is going to get a hit. And because he's a +1, this jack becomes a queen instead. Let's move over a little. So the jack becomes a queen. That's a double. double with one out is going to score the runner from third, but the runner at first just goes 2 spots with one out. So RBI double for Ronnie Gant. Braves get off to a good start in the first inning. So I'm playing that after every half inning, or I'm sorry, after every inning, I'm going to shuffle these cards. So just give it a quick little shuffle. So the rules I'm playing here are really just every inning I'll shuffle these two. Every 3 innings I'll shuffle the face cards, and then every 6 innings I'm going to shuffle the situation cards. So basically from the sixth inning on, the game is sort of restarted. And with 12 cards here, I have enough situation cards to be able to make it to the 6th inning. So top of the second, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takes us down to the pitcher spot. Pitcher, oh, we're going to get a hit here. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, the pitcher ropes a double, and that double is actually going to score all 3. So 3-run double from the St. Louis pitcher. And that gives the Cardinals a 3-1 lead. So it's a 3 RBI double in the second. Some players might choose to limit pitcher hits. You could do that by having them you can limit that by doing a -1, which would be an interesting way to go about it. So the queen would actually be a jack. So instead of a double, you get a single. Different people play pitchers differently. I don't mind pitchers hitting home runs and doubles in my universe, so that's what I'm going to do. Jeff Blauser up, and no run in the inning, so the Cardinals get out of the second inning. They're up 3-1 over the Braves. One of the really cool parts about this game is that you can just sort of create the universe that you want to, and you can do that by manipulating all of these main cards on the screen. If you if you want to have more 1, 2, 3 innings and really cut down on the runs, you can add those in. If you want to have more big innings, you could print off a couple of different ones and have 2 or 3 big innings if you want to. So really, you're able to kind of create the universe that you want to see. If you don't want as many home runs, you can take home runs out of the home run or the hits pile, and excuse me, and then you'll have fewer home runs. You want to have only home runs, you can just put 4 home runs in there and every hit is a home run. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff in this little world that you're creating. Okay, top of the third. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be Pedro Guerrero. He comes to bat with 2 outs and a runner on second, and he can't deliver. So the Cardinals get out of the third, no runs. They got Jeff Treadway up with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Treadway can't get it done, and so now we head to the top of the fourth, and it is still 3-1 St. Louis over Atlanta. I don't do a ton of shuffling with these, just a little, just a little shuffle. And since it's the third inning, or the end of the third inning, I'm going to shuffle these as well. Basically, it just gets all the cards back into play. Home runs, doubles, anything that you've used for hits. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the pitcher spot. Well, pitcher gets another hit. This time it's going to be a single, and a single with 1 out is only going to score the run from third. So whoever the pitcher is for that day is really playing very well. I guess if you were doing a -1, this would just be nothing. Let's see, RBI single, and the fourth. I don't know too many of the pitchers from the 91 Cardinals, otherwise I'd reference one. So Ronnie Gant back to the plate. He's a star +1, but that doesn't matter here, as the Braves come out with no runs. So playing this way takes a little bit more time, maybe another 1 or 2 minutes total. I'm also talking you through this as well, and it's a little bit more awkward setup than I normally have. Here's the top of the 5th. So St. Louis is up, and back to the top of the order. Gilkey is at bat. He comes up short, and that ends the Cardinal 5th. There's the Braves. Braves get 2 on with nobody out, and that's 1, 2, 3. So Brian Hunter, and he's going to get a knock. And what is it? It is a double, and a double is going to score the runner from second. So that's an RBI double for Hunter, and the Braves get another run to claw back into us. Now 4-2, and that's a double in the 5th. You can see that I'm just keeping a little bit of score up here, what everybody does. I'm not actually putting those into anything. It's just when I go back, I can see, what happened in the game. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pedro Guerrero up with nobody on and 2 outs. Let's go and shuffle these. We're in the top of the 6th inning, 4-2 St. Louis, and this is Guerrero at bat. He gets a knock, and that's going to be a single. Oh, and nobody on base. Doesn't matter. No run score. Too little, too late for Guerrero, and now the Braves have got something going here. Jeff Treadway comes back to the plate with bases loaded and nobody out, and somehow the Cardinals get out of it, giving up no runs. So that's going to be 4-2 as we head into the 7th inning. I'll just give these cards a little shuffle duffle here. Okay. It doesn't require the most amazing shuffles, because even with just the base 12 situations, because these cards are so varied, you're gonna get some very different games and outcomes. There's a lot of variation in the game. If you're playing individual pitchers, then you can go and switch. You would switch these cards up every time an individual pitcher came in the game. You could also do by starters and relievers. So you grade the starters and grade the relievers. Then when a relief pitcher comes in, or let's say you just decide after the 6th inning, from the 7th inning on, like at this point in the game, you would just say every pitching staff is into the relief corps. So you could do something like that. Just because it's kind of hard to count. It's not impossible to count how many batters. It's just one more thing to sort of keep track of. Lots of ways to go with the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pitcher back up. And for me, once I get past the 5th inning, when the pitcher spot comes up, I just kind of consider it to be a pinch hit in the National League, a pinch hitter. So that's going to be a 0 on the board. And the Braves are down by 2 runs. Let's see if they can do anything here. 1, 2, 3. Lonnie Smith, one of the heroes of the 91 World Series, comes up empty this time. Remember, he had a 3-run homer at the end of it was game 4 or 5, 6, something like that. I was pretty young whenever I watched that World Series, but I was very brokenhearted when the Braves lost. And so we go to the top of the 8th. The Cardinals get bases loaded. Brings up middle of their order, Pedro Guerrero. Guerrero with another crack at it, and he cannot come through. Runner on first. Brings up the catcher, Greg Olson. And Olson can't deliver, so we're heading into the last frame. It is 4-2, Cardinals over the Braves. Let's see here. Hopefully we don't run into a joker because I don't have any way to look that up. I know what the 10 is. I know what the 6 and 7s are, so we'll see if we run into a joker. It's on my phone, and that's what I'm using to record. 2, 3, 4. Jose Oquendo. He stands in, he gets a little knock. Yeah, that's going to be more than a little knock. It's a double. Double's going to score 1, so the Cardinals get 1 in the top of the ninth to pad their lead. So RBI double in the ninth. And that's going to leave the Braves down 5-2. So if they don't get some runners on base, they're not coming back. And they come up with bases loaded. So here we go. And middle of the order up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That man, Lonnie Smith, bases loaded, 2 out. Game comes down to it. Let's see if he can get a hit. And he probably popped up to shortstop. Disappointing. All right, so the Cardinals take this game. This is the second game in this set. It's 2 at home against the Cardinals. And that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 2, 2. And I believe that the Braves dropped to, was it 9 and 14, 9 and 14, 9 and 15, something like that. So there's our final box score. See here that the Braves, a lot of scoring there in the first part of the game, and everybody got shut down toward the end. Ron Gant with an RBI double in the first, and St. Louis pitcher was rocking today. He had 3 RBIs in the second, 1 RBI in the fourth. Brian Hunter tried to make it close with an RBI double, and then Oquendo put the game out of reach a little bit. Although the Braves did come up with bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning, so all you can ask for is an opportunity, and that's exactly what they got. So this is Quick Play Baseball, and this is my setup. This is what I've been using for this 1991 replay, replaying the Braves seasons. Like I said, I think they're 9 and 14 or 9 and 15. My other sheet of paper has the actual record, which interestingly enough is only about a game off of their actual real world record. So I think they had 1 more win going into this game right here in the real world than they did in my fictional universe. So so far the games are playing out pretty evenly, pretty accurately, and not every game is exactly a win and a loss compared to the real season, but overall the record is sort of bearing itself out. I've gone through and rated all the teams. You can see here there's like just a little rating there that I put. Really the only rating back then that deserved to be was the Giants. So everybody else is an A, so most of the teams are playing on a pretty even playing field. If you want to rate individual players, you would use their FIP, FIP, and 0 to 4 is an A, 4 to 4.75 is a B, and then anything above 4.75 would be a C. Now, the way that you handle that is, these are for A players. You can see we have a 4 through 10, the 2 10s. And so for a B level pitcher, you would just remove the 4, and then you would have 5 through the 10s. And then for a C level pitcher, you would remove the 5, and then you would just have your you'd have your 6s through the 10s. And then I like to play with the jokers. These are special plays, pass balls, balks, ground rule double because of fan interference, stuff like that. So it's kind of wacky plays, but usually when I play a joker, I take it out. So I don't allow the joker to go back into the pile once it's been played. So each team has a joker, and you could even cut that down to just one team has it randomly. If you wanted to play pitchers getting hits or home runs, you can see I have the 2 10s here, and then you could play it only on a red 10. Pitcher gets a hit. So if they draw a black 10, then it's no hit for the pitcher. So that would cut his average down considerably and his opportunities for hits. I think in this game it wouldn't have mattered. I think the 10s that we drew were red, but that's another modification that you can make. And there is a thread on the Delphi forums. If you just look up quick play baseball mods, I put sort of laid out the way that I play the game here, and then there are also others who are adding their own modifications for that. Curtis Roberts has some really cool things that he's doing with individual pitchers, so that's kind of a cool thing, and check it out. And then you can also get this score sheet. I've put it into that thread as well. If you want, actually maybe I'll just I'll link to that down in the description here as well, and there'll be a link to where you can purchase Quick Play Baseball. This is a 91 season, but I'm up to about 18 different seasons, and I need to go through and grade them for the pitchers, but you can do that on your own if you want to, using the modifications that we talked about. But anything from the dead ball era all the way to 2021. So lots of different seasons, and again, you only saw the National League, but you know, I've got the AL teams here too from 1991. So you know, some players that you probably remember and know, and maybe you love or hate. Back then it was Oakland. They were stout, and see, the Rangers had a lot of players, and who else? Well, the Tigers with Cecil Fielder and Lou Whitaker. That's a pretty solid team there too. So lots of players, lots of different eras: 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the 2000s. I did 2013 Cardinals the other day, or the 2013 season with the Cardinals winning. So lots of different things. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. You can also find on Facebook, there's an On Base Baseball group, and you can join into the quick play conversation there. Also, on the Delphi forums, you can find me at On Base. That's my handle. So, and then you can click on the link in the description. You'll be able to go and to order one of the seasons. Each season is only $5. You get the situation cards, you get the rosters, and the guidebook. So it's about 3 or 4 pages. It's not very long, and the game is pretty simple. And I'm adding the pitcher modifications into the official guidebook, so that'll be a change that's added pretty soon too. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.